Week 7 in the books, Raiders fans. And doesn't it feel fucking good? Doesn't it feel fucking good to finally be the good team, to put an ass whooping on a bad team? After all these fucking years. After all these years. We're finally there. We're looking at it. Now, who knows what the rest of the season holds? But let's live in the moment for just a second. Good teams beat bad teams. And that's what happened today. We finally fucking did it. It feels good. I know I'm gonna jump ahead a little bit to the end of the game here. But just watching just watching us trot out our second string defense against their first string offense in a regular season game. Just seeing that was fucking awesome. Okay? But also seeing our second string defense play like our first string defense used to play, like under the Gunther era. Oh my God, it brought back so many bad memories, but holy shit. What a night and day difference. Night and fucking day. Gunther, I don't know, because in Cincinnati wasn't that bad, but he came over here and he was a fucking joke. But Gunther's best defense was on par with that second string defense versus the Eagles right there that we just saw. Night and day fucking difference. Good to be on the other end of it. Let's kind of rally back to the start real quick. This is a completely different game if Sanders doesn't get hurt for the Eagles. Legitimately, I actually think the Eagles, I don't think they would have won it, but they at least would have covered the spread. Like, it would have been a lot closer. And I don't think anyone can deny that. It just can't. It's a completely different game when Sanders was in there. Every time they ran the ball, they were getting like 4 to 5 yards every carry. He gets out of the game, he gets injured, and it's just different. Their offense is just completely different, and you could tell that. That first drive the Eagles had where they got the touchdown, our defense looked like shit. They were running it down our fucking throats. Jalen Hurst was making at least most of his throws, if not all of them, on that first drive, that opening drive. I mean, our defensive line looked like shit that first drive. I sat back in my chair and I was like, it's a long fucking day. Here we go. A team we're supposed to beat, a team we're supposed to be better than, and this happens. And then on our first drive back, like, our offensive line really wasn't doing that well. They were getting pushed around a little bit like usual very early on in games. And then we get the interception, and I literally was like, motherfuck. Here we go, man. But credit to this team, credit to Raymond Pistachio, able to keep it together. We come back and still win. It's good to fucking see. It's nice to see that the early on bad things that happen, we just can kind of move on from them and just keep playing the game. Great to see. Great to see. Some players I want to touch on. I love that Olsen is using Kenyon Drake more. He's actually running the ball. He's, catching the ball. I don't know, and it's impossible to say if Gruden was waiting to fucking use him for later on in the season. I saw someone on Twitter say that like earlier in the year where they're like, Gruden's just saving Drake. He's like kind of his ex guy. He's going to wait until later in the season and possibly playoffs to use him. Kind of don't believe that. But it's nice to see him, like a guy we paid that much money for, actually start to produce. Like, it's good to see. Great to see. And also, isn't it wonderful to have a D-line, especially two ends, that are just consistently good? Like, we had Mac, and Mac was fucking wonderful to watch. One of my favorite Raiders of all time, legitimately. Loved watching that dude play. But having Unique and Max on the edge with a good depth, by the way. I mean, having Carl behind him, having Cleveland Farrell behind him, which we won't talk about him, but just having the good depth behind them is awesome. But those two can fucking get after any quarterback in the league. Any fucking quarterback in the league. Awesome to have a defensive line that just works. It's amazing. On to the kind of bad takes from the announcers, at least one. Jonathan Vilma, I don't know if anyone else caught this. Towards the end of the game was, I can't remember verbatim what he said, but he said something like, and Leatherwood's been a good player all year. The Raiders have moved him around on the offensive line because he's been, good or whatever. It's like, motherfucker, Leatherwood has been bad all year. We moved him from tackle because I think he was one of the worst tackles in the league. That's why we moved him inside. He was bad. And I guess he's technically doing better at guard. I don't know, like, the PFF grades and shit like that. But from the eye test, he's doing better at guard, but he's still not doing fucking... He got another penalty today. Leatherwood is good for one penalty every fucking game, whether it's offsides or holding. It's every game. It's the same. It's the same shit. He's definitely not a bust, but he's not playing to that first round that he was picked at. I mean, that is for sure. For fucking sure. Coaching decision that I didn't really like by Rob Pistachio. It started out with 11 minutes and some change left in the fourth quarter when we're up 2 scores. He brought Carr out. Carr was still playing. I don't agree with that. Take him out. Okay, we're up 2 scores, 11 minutes left. Just take him out. Mariota is more than a serviceable backup quarterback. He can go in there and be fine. But then he trotted him out again with 3 minutes and 49 seconds left in the game. Still up by 2. Take him out. Don't put Carr out there, okay? Why? Like, just let it go. Let it fucking go. Like the Frozen song. We'll get out there and get them to sing it to you. I know you're a family guy, Mr. Pistachio. Don't let him out there, okay? Let Mariota go out there, handle the end of the game shit when we're beating a bad team. There's absolutely zero fucking reason to risk anything happening to Carr in week 7. There just isn't. And kind of on the other side of things, the Eagles are a fucking dumpster fire. I will say that. I don't know if it's their roster being bad or if it is their coach potentially not being a good coach. Who knows? It's too early to tell. But right now, yeah, they are a dumpster fire. I don't know who their 2 wins were previous to this, but fuck. And you know what sucks, though, too, looking back? That loss, the John Gruden game, where we lost to the Bears his last game, where like the emails came out like the Friday before, we lost 20-9. That looks, if we would have won that game, holy shit. We look like, our standings, we would look like a completely different fucking team. Completely different team. We would be at 6-1. But which 5-2 is not bad, don't get me wrong, but we would look like a completely different team. Now let's look ahead to the future real quick, because there's not a lot to say about the game we just watched. I don't think there's a lot of things you can say. Like, we just won. We looked bad on the first opening drives for defense and offense. We did. But ever since then, it was pretty much Raiders all the way. But let's look ahead, okay? We're 5-2 right now. We're traveling to New York next week to play the Giants. That should be a win. 6-2. Chiefs, after that, we should win. Bengals, kind of an game. Potential win. Then we play the Cowboys. You know, that's an game. Could win that one, could lose. Then we play Washington, the good old football team. Should beat them. Play the Chiefs again. It's an We should split with the Chiefs. So either the first time we play them or the second time we play them, we're going to win. So it should be a 1-1. Then the Browns, probably lose that game. Then the Broncos, we should win. Colts, should win that game. Chargers, hopefully I'm hoping we win this split, but we might lose to them again. People, I know I did this last week. I'm doing it again. We're in the fucking hunt right now, okay? Like, I know I'm jinxing it, and I'll hit my table, knock on wood. But we've got a fucking shot for the playoffs. We do. We absolutely do. And the wins are there in front of us. We have an easy fucking schedule. We have to split with the Chiefs. And in my opinion, we have to beat a combination between the Bengals, the Cowboys, the Browns, and the Chargers game. We have to, in my opinion, at least win 2 of those. Out of those 4 games, we should, if we can win at least 2 of those and win out, or at least split with the Chiefs, so 1 loss, we should be fine. Hopefully. And as you can see, my parlay for the week is up on the screen. I screenshotted it because I knew it wasn't going to win. The Bears let me down big fucking time. I knew they weren't going to win against the Bucs. I really did. I just thought 12.5 was too much. I really thought, for whatever fucking reason, I just thought the Bears would, like, their defense would contain the Bucs enough to where they wouldn't score a ton. I was completely wrong. Completely fucking wrong. But I'm pretty much winning on everything else. So, yeah, it just sucks. But that's okay. There's always next week. Remember, give me your takes down below. Let me know what you thought of this game. Let me know what you think of the bye heading into next week. Halloween. We get a bye on Halloween. Huge for us with kids. Huge. But give me your takes down below of this game and for the future. Subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell if you want to, I guess. Like the video if you want. Follow me on Twitter. It's the same as the YouTube. It's at Dylan with a Y. That's UHY. Because Dylan with AY was already taken, which stinks. And follow the studio. Follow Fat Cave Studio on Twitch. Follow it on YouTube. Follow us on Twitter. Okay, we stream every Friday this week. This Friday coming up is our Halloween episode. Some shit's going to go down. We're dressing up. Okay? We're having fun. Come join it. It's not football related. It's fun related. On Friday stream on over there at Fat Cave, okay? It's fun related. If you want to have fun, come out. This week was a bit boring. It's just a classic ass whooping game. Not much to say about it, okay? Not much to fucking say about it. There's not many takes you can have. My biggest take from this game, and I'll just say it one more time. If Sanders for the Eagles doesn't get hurt, that's a completely different game. It really is. They were running it down our fucking throat, and there was almost nothing we could do to stop it. So, sucks that he got hurt, but let's just be honest, if we're all fans, not thank goodness he got hurt, but like, it definitely helped our chances a lot more that he was out of the game. Sucks to see him hurt. Hope he's not seriously hurt, but you all know what I mean. We're all true fans here. All right. I won't see you next week because we're fucking off next week. So I'll see you week 9 versus the Giants. East Coast game. See you then.